So I think I figured out the right way to watch The Lord of the Rings of Power. Um, Honestly, I think the newest trailer looks absolutely stunning. I mean, visually stunning. The locations, the special effects, the costumes. It's an expensive looking show, but I like to say it's expensive looking fan fiction. I don't want to put too much of my Tolkien love, my appreciation of canon Tolkien lore into my expectations for Rings of Power, because I think even if it's a great show, I think it's going to be pretty easy to be let down. So I think the best way to watch The Rings of Power is to think of it as fan fiction. Hopefully, it's got a really good story. Even if it's not, you know, what Tolkien wrote. If they have a good script with interesting characters and conflicts, and we care about these people, these elves and dwarves and humans and Numenorians and everything else, and there's mystery, and we wonder about, the enemy, Sauron, and all that, and depending. We've been burned lots, right? This is why we're all so cynical and skeptical all the time. We've all been burned so much. And just because a show is gorgeous looking doesn't mean it's going to be well written. But I hope it is. I hope that even though clearly they're just doing whatever they want with this story, even though it's, very clearly a modern television production and it checks off all the boxes, I hope that they still focus on what makes Lord of the Rings, and sort of at least bring to the fore some of the spirit of J.R.R. Tolkien, if not to the letter, at least within the ballpark, Tolkien, where was it that someone said Tolkien was woke? I can't remember who said that, but somebody did, and it's hilarious. Tolkien was a conservative, sort of hard-line Catholic, with pretty radical ideas. I read a great article a while back about how he was an anarcho-monarchist. Sort of the idea that you believe in a king, you believe in a monarchy, but ideally that monarchy is very hands-off and in the distance. Sort of like, like how the Shire is his utopia, right? His utopia is a self-governed realm, a self-governed land that still pays homage to the king, but the king is far, far away, and the king's soldiers never show up, and the king's, you don't even really pay taxes. You just self-govern in your own little plot of land in the corner of the world, undisturbed by modernity, I should add. Tolkien was not a fan of industrialization. He was not a fan of the way England was headed. He was not a progressive. He was an amazing person, and I do love the way his brain worked, and I have a lot of similar views. Although now, in our day and age, we're so far into it. I never walked the English countryside as a boy before industrialization really took hold, before the World Wars, like he did. So, anyways, I'm just rambling about Tolkien now. I don't think that the Rings of Power will be really. I don't think it will really be, like Jackson's adaptations of Lord of the Rings, which were pretty, in retrospect especially, were pretty damn good, and really did capture the spirit of those books, even though they cut the Scouring of the Shire and some other things, some other choices that I wasn't super thrilled with. But I hope it's still entertaining. I hope it's a good story, and I'm excited for it. I have to admit, like I'm such a sucker for things. Like I always like to set my cynical, skeptical side, self to the side, because I have to, I'm a critic, so I have to review all this stuff, and oftentimes you just, you go into something and you want to enjoy it, but you just find all the little things wrong with it, and that's the job. But sometimes it's fun just to be innocent, and to go forth with, like a child, into an exciting future filled with wonder and awe. Even if the old cynical side of me is sounding alarm bells. So I'm going to this with an open mind. Let's just say that. An open mind and an open heart. Anyways, just a short one. Peace.